Hello there. Let's go for a little hike. So today's video, my goal is to get out and do some landscape photography. Now, I am not a landscape photographer by any means, but I find it when I start to get into like a creative rut, or I want to try and express myself a little bit more creatively, I try and force myself to do photography in different aspects that I'm not usually comfortable with. And today, that is landscape photography. We're gonna go for a little hike up north of Muskegon here a little bit, just to walk through the woods, try and find some cool compositions, do something that I'm not familiar with, and we'll see where it takes us. Now, I will say I am not a landscape photographer. I wouldn't mind being one, it'd be kind of fun. But with that being said, I'm expecting to get really nothing out of this trip as far as portfolio images and whatnot. This is purely a creative exercise that I'm forcing myself to do, just to kind of get myself out there and thinking a little differently. You'll see today is pretty much perfectly blue skies, which for landscape photography is not great. But my hope is that going into the woods a little bit, we'll be able to capture some cool shadows and maybe play with the dramatic effect of things a little bit more. So stay tuned. All right, here we go. Going on a nice little walk. Today's trail, I think, is called the Lost Lake. So we'll see what we find. Well, so far, pretty basic scenery. Nothing standing out yet, but we're only a tenth of the way through, so I'm sure we'll find something. This could be something cool. We'll come back. All right, I don't think this is a shot, but I haven't taken one yet, and I feel like I need to just flex that creativity muscle, you know? So let's take one. We're gonna go wide here, so we're gonna get the zoom lens back on the body. The lens cap back on, the 35. Put that away. Eventually I need to get an easier tripod because the screw-on mounts on this are a pain in the butt to set up. Takes forever, but work with what you got. We're gonna go a little higher on this one actually.
ball head on here. Just a cheap old tripod for now. Screw her on. And really all I'm looking at here is a dividing trail. We're gonna go black and white, make it nice and moody. It's like a woodpecker up there. We go F11, 64, and it's too high. We're gonna underexpose a little bit just so that we can retain those highlights. Put it on a timer. Manual focus. All right, come on over by me and see what I'm doing. So, all right, so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I have a 1/10 of a second exposure, F11. I'm gonna underexpose a little bit just so that I can make it really dark and moody with the shadows, since I know that I'm gonna do black and white. So we're gonna focus. We're gonna hit the shutter, and we'll take the photo here, and there you go. So if this is worth anything, I'll show you on the screen right now.
Yeah, no, we can do better. This is not it.
Spider. All right. Anyway, yeah, don't think that image is going to be award-winning by any means, but it did force me to take my camera out of the bag and tripod off. So get it out there. Get the first one over with. On to the next. All right, and just like that, come over a hill, and I think I see another one here. We're gonna do a portrait shot down this hill, kind of nice and tight. There's some cool light coming in here, so let's get it set up. All right, one thing I've already noticed with doing videos out in the field is my tripod stand. I have like the Insta360. That's just like a little handle and then goes to the ground. Doesn't have a ball head on it. And with this camera, setting it up, it's kind of a pain in the butt. But maybe we'll fix that eventually. But for now, we're gonna tripod out, camera out, and stop fiddling with the mic. See if we can get a cool shot here. Apparently the road is like right back there, so I'm gonna try and make the composition so that you can't see the actual road, but that's okay. One funny thing is that there's a fly on the camera. So one funny thing is when you're out in the middle of the woods talking to yourself and you are setting everything up, getting ready for the shot, and you realize that last 3 minutes or so you've been talking to yourself completely. Not just out in the middle of the woods, but not even recording. So there's that. What I've been doing while talking to myself is getting my tripod out, getting ready for the shot, see if we can figure out some cool compositions. Now, one thing that I don't have that I know will make this infinitely easier is, instead of a ball head, getting a L mount for the camera so that you can do portraits and whatnot really easily, instead of having to swap back and forth with the ball head, which is kind of awkward sometimes. So we're gonna focus here, the hat on backwards, figure out my composition a little bit, manually focus. Now, one thing that I have seen people do, I'm going to try it right now, is since I know that I'm going to be shooting these for black and white, on my screen I can turn it to black and white. Somewhere, yeah, right here. And preview so that I can kind of see what I want to expose for. But I will say here we go, nice and underexposed. Yeah, see, that made that world of difference right there. Just on my end, at least, viewing the photo beforehand. And one thing that I might change up is right in front of me. You probably can't see it, but let's see if it follows me. Yeah, over here. I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's a nice tree. I'm gonna add that to the foreground. So I'm gonna recomposition a second and get into the woods a little bit. We're actually gonna even add these leaves that are right in front of me. So we're gonna go a little lower. How's that looking? See, that looks a million times better. Now this could look like absolute crap when I'm done, but you know, we're learning. You hear a lot of weird noises out here, and there's nothing weirder than a guy talking to a camera in the middle of the woods, so try and not be that guy, you know? We're gonna try this. Might be absolute crap, might not be. So, well, here it is.
All right, I think we're getting somewhere. This is a much better composition. I like the tree roots in the front. Here it is in black and white as well. Let me know which one you prefer.
I will say, with starting to hike more, I probably should learn what poison ivy looks like. I think I know what it looks like, but not 100% sure. So maybe that would be a good learning thing to do when we get back. Keep on trucking. I will say though, Michigan has some really hidden gems when it comes to easy, small trails that, you know, you're not hiking the Pacific Northwest by any means, but it's not bad. It's a nice walk through the woods. But let's see where we're going here. See, like, look at this cool ravine. Just walking through the woods, sweet ravine, big hill on both sides. It's not bad. I will say one thing that I'm kind of mad about myself, or mad at myself rather, is honestly, I love hiking through the woods, kind of like this stuff. I don't know why I haven't done it sooner, especially now with me and Parker being stay-at-home dad. It's quite nice, very peaceful. Get outside, hike around in the woods. It's kind of awesome. And Michigan, the weather is probably going to change in a month and a half. I'm going to record this right now and say that who cares? Who cares if it's cold? Who cares if there's snow? Get out there and do the damn thing. Sam. I'm just rambling to myself. Into the woods. What could be better? Landscape photography, not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I'm so used to concert photography where people are moving around. There's a lot of quote unquote excitement in the room. Yeah, not used to taking photos of static things, you know? Especially when they're like, you know, this trail is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it also is just a woods trail. There's nothing super scenic to look at. So I don't know, maybe I need to start looking for more detail stuff, like more intimate, close in. Who knows? We'll keep that in mind though, as I'm walking around here. See if I can find anything. There's these cool trails though that have like the normal trail that I'm on is just kind of gravel / dirt. But they have these like cool offshoot trails that I don't know if you can see it really, but those of you that know me, the mustache is a new thing that I'm trying. But if you know me, you also know that I like to cut my hair very randomly, shave my beard very randomly. Keep it fresh, keep it new, you know? So this trail is called the Lost Lake Trail. I've never looked at photos of Lost Lake. I have no clue what it looks like, but we're about to come over the crest, I think. You can definitely hear something. Oh yeah, there's water down there. And a cool bridge, an overlook, nice. Let's go out here and see if there's any sort of view. A little bit, not bad. I will say though, unfortunately, I am out here at probably, let's see here, 1:30-ish in the afternoon. Not great light. We'll pass on going over by the water and trudging through it, especially with shorts on. Although, this is kind of cool. Now we're talking about detail shots. What do we got here? This like super mossy, cool looking. Let's get some detail shots of this. We can get super nice and close to this one. It's pretty bright out here. I might even try and go handheld with this. Let's see what we can do. Nope, not handheld. Yeah, this is like really interesting looking. I'll say though, I know that I said this once already, but being out here by yourself, pretty awesome. So we're gonna zoom super in, and we're gonna even hide the. Oh yeah, that's cool. We're gonna hide the background completely, so that we don't have that distraction. Again, it's nice being out here by yourself because otherwise you look like an insane person. All right, let's try this again. Get nice and sharp, underexposing a little bit on purpose. We're gonna have, so I know I had said that I don't want any background, but this first one I'm gonna have a little bit of background. 5-second timer. There we go. Now I'm gonna get even closer so that I don't have any background on this one. It looks like an alien landscape almost. And we're gonna go 5-second timer again.
So both of these images are definitely a improvement over the first two, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far.
I underrated the side pocket. At concerts, don't touch it, ever. Quite frankly, I don't even have my bag with me half the time. And if I do, it's stuck in a corner somewhere. But when you're out on the field, or out in the field rather, the side pocket's pretty nice, I will say. The lake, it's pretty cool, but I would classify it more as a swamp than a lake, because nobody's ever going swimming in there. See, you tell me. I don't know. I wouldn't swim in that. It does look like that there is a trail that goes around the actual lake, but with the lighting that is currently directly above me, almost ate shit. I think I'm gonna pass on doing a lap around this lake because the lighting is just atrocious at the moment. But it is cool. I think that I am going to take the camera out and just go handheld, bump the ISO up a little bit. I'm not afraid of grain. That way I can maybe get a little detail shots while I'm walking. I'll pull the camera out if I get anything. I would say that it's good to get out, flex those creative juices when you can, even if it's not something that you normally do, because you end up being pretty fulfilled from it. And in this case, I get out in the woods and nice hike. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. Peace.